Hello and welcome to another episode of Scott Reads Comics. Today I would like to cover Conan the King, number 20, published in 1984 by Marvel Comics. This issue represented a seminal moment in the life of King Conan, the title, and King Conan, the character. Before issue 20, issues 1 through 19 were titled King Conan. Then issue 20 comes along, and the series is retitled Conan the King, with this tagline that ran in house ads prior to its publication, "The Prince is Dead." Very dramatic, an incredible Michael William Kaluta cover here, and we would get some Kaluta covers, a run of them, through the first 8 or 10 issues of this reboot of the title in effect. And this is also Assistant Editors Month, although it didn't really affect this title. A lot of other wacky stuff was going on during Assistant Editors Month. I point you to Alpha Flight number 6, case in point, to check that one out. But this issue is dead serious and incredible. So let's dive in. And we get this amazing splash page to start us off with the Nemedian Chronicles. Know ye, O Prince, that Conan the barbarous Cimmerian did wander a lawless adventurer across Hyboria's golden lands and glittering seas, till fate did yield him proud Aquilonia as kingdom of his own. A beauteous wife and children fair, yet somber sat the barbarian on civilization's throne, ever uneasy, the crown upon his brow. This is a gorgeous Mark Silvestri, Marie Severin splash page. And this issue is penciled by Mark Silvestri throughout, but inked by a host of other inkers, and we're going to go through them at the end. They're not listed on the title page here, so let's move on. So let's just dive in. I'll read a bit and then we'll talk as we go. Eastern Gunderland, northern province of Aquilonia. So, that's Prince Khan, a tall devil for his age. The more lanky a corpse he'll make, our orders are every last one of these Aquilonians dies. We await only the sorceress signal to join the swords to black magic, and then we butcher this herd of calves. Ho, break out the honey wine. Our prince's throat must be dry as the sands of Karamun. True enough, Captain Lysias. This speech-making and diplomacy is a parching business. Still, I'm proud my father's entrusted me with the task of recruiting fresh infantry from among the Gundermen. It seems but yesterday he'd tan my hide if I trotted 4 paces from his sight. Ha! Methinks the young prince is enjoying his freedom. It can't hurt the lad any. He's too pampered It can't hurt the lad any. He's too pampered in court if you ask me. What's ailing ye, broomtails? So the horses are upset as young Khan, the oldest son of Conan, king of Aquilonia, is out with the troops, far away from the protection of his father. My liege, mark the skies. They turn black as the pit. 'Tis unnatural. What say you, Captain? I like it not, Prince. I love the wordless panels here. It just really sets the mood. This issue is extremely grim, and we start out on an extremely grim note here, as you're about to see. Again, the storytelling here is masterful. Mitra, preserve us. So these howling devils come storming out of the forest. How many? We'll count them when they've licked the dirt, soldier. What dark demons are you? Answer me, blast you. So the clang of battle goes up. My prince, they are slaughtering us. This is cool here. This guy's transfixed by 2 blades. Perdition damn you over bold monsters. But it doesn't matter how skilled the Aquilonians are. These guys are stone cold assassins. Love the choreography of this fight. It's incredible. Mitra's name, Lysias. They drool like fevered dogs. And they're being overwhelmed, the Aquilonians. No! extremely brutal. I mean, you'd think this was an issue of the Savage Sword comic. It's so violent, but it's really great. Never! You'll not drench this soil further with our blood, savages. Right then, Aquilonians, your prince command. Oh, here we see Conan is stabbed from behind. No! And here in this dramatic sequence of 2 panels, he goes down with this fiend standing over him. Then all is lost. Grievously have I failed my land and liege, yet still shall Lycius redeem his honor with cold steel for Conan and Aquilonia. So this guy basically falls on his sword. Ho, the buzzards will banquet this noon. Now let's be off. The prince's signet ring will earn us our reward in gold. So they take it, and it's awesome open panel here showing these ravens or crows getting ready to feast on the carrion of the dead. Just a brutal sequence to open the story, but not all is lost. One soldier survives to tell the tale. The court will doubt fate's mournful tidings unless I carry home your bloodied cloak and blade, my prince. God only grant me strength to reach Aquilonia. So finding Con, assuming he's dead, this lone soldier, the survivor, stumbles away. 7 evenings later, the palace of King Conan in Tarentia, the royal capital. So we see a mirthful capital here. Conan once again chafing its civilized court, always the barbarian. Manners, my lord, manners. Ha, indeed. You need the queen to remind you of your regal station. To our royal hosts, may Mitra ever shine upon them. Zenobia? King Conan. Who are you, man, to come? I am a soldier, sir, who escorted the prince to Gunderland. Now I escort but his robe and blade, your highness. The prince is dead. So this far in, we kind of have our splash page. Totally awesome here and very powerful. Conan is just incredibly somber. It cannot be. Prince Khan. Are you daft, fellow? Count Trosero. They came out of a cloud of blackness. God knows who they were, like wolves. Somewhere in the gloomy forests, I know not where. Few men know the paths of those untamed woods. Does he speak true? The prince dead? Silence, rabble! Great shot of the angry Conan there. By whom shall I wreak my vengeance? On whom shall I wreak my vengeance? No, I'll find the scum. I'll find the scum and roast them in hellfire. The king's berserk. Ha! I'll chop them to bloody messes. My firstborn. You must becalm yourself, my liege. Away from me, dogs. Who even knew such grief as this? Is it true? What? 'Tis the queen. Is it true? Aye, wife. Crom has stripped us of our firstborn. Mitra guard his gentle soul. So here, Conan is racked by grief and has a reverie regarding how he came to power, how he was a general and eventually a king. Zenobia became his wife, bore him Khan, and the whole thing is just weighing heavily on both of them. Has it really been 16 years? Well, physician, what ails the queen? She labors with great difficulty, King Conan. It will be wise if you were to wait in the antechamber. Crom. Who? I am the witch Zilata, Conan. We have met before. I've come to prophesy and set your mind at ease. Know then, Zenobia will survive the travails of birth, and the king shall have a son. I, a prince destined to be his father's lesser, equal, and greater. Would that your words were Crom's will, for my queen suffers greatly, and the physician fears for her life. Your highness, a son, my liege, and the queen will live, King Conan. Mother and child will live. His name will be Conan like his father. I, and the throne of Aquilonia will be yours one day, little Con. Conan, the witch Solata did not prophesy our prince's death. Neither witch nor soothsayer knows everything that will be under Crom's sun. But come, you must rest now. Conan, promise me you will not leave the palace to join the search for Khan's body. The men you've already dispatched are sufficient to the task. Leave such matters to me, wife. Conan, please. Come. The physician said a draught of this potion would help you sleep off 1,000 sorrows. But will you not rest? My temples throb, and I would walk the palace to soothe them. I will return. None dispute that the royal couple are entitled to a proper period of mourning. Still, pressing affairs of state cannot grind to a halt for their grief. You speak common sense, Counselor Publius. Why, the king's outburst at this evening's banquet has already given birth to rumors that fly through the city and across the land, whispering of madness and instability. What say you, Trosero? Aye, Prospero, the throne of Aquilonia will rock like a carrack in a tempest at sea, and the citizens, as if the citizens grow to distrust their monarch. So Conan's most trusted advisors are worried about his state of mind, and he sort of buttresses those worries by hurling his crown down here. It was but a trick of fate that led me from up the pit of barbarism to civilization's throne, and I embraced it as no more than another grim adventure on the bloody road of life. But look to what grief I am brought. Abdicate the kingship? Your majesty speaks from the heart, not the head, I fear. Nay, Publius, you'll see. Ah, here they are, the Annals of Numenides. This volume chronicles the last year of that pig's reign. Aye, those black days, 20 years gone, before I tore the crown from his swollen temples. So here we get a replay of the particulars of Conan's ascendancy to power. There's the corrupt king Numenides. He drugs Conan, imprisons him, but through Zenobia's help, Conan escapes. And again, this is all in the past. These here are the black dragons who actually help Conan escape in this sequence, spiriting him away in a hay wagon. And Conan takes his revenge and the crown of Numenides in this sequence. As Numenides tries to stab him, Conan breaks his neck with his bare hands. Nay, Trosero, I'll not forget that day. Enough of memories and chronicles, Conan. As we came once before, we come to you now. You must lead us and remain our king. The land depends on it. If you waver, there are conspirators throughout Hyboria's realms who will descend upon us like wolves. Let them. 'Twould be the gravest of dishonors to Prince Khan's memory to abdicate the throne, my lord. How I would rid myself of the burdens of state, the false civilities and restraints. But for the nonce, the memory of Khan would best be served, as you say, Publius. And now, by Crom's iron sinew, Conan the king shall seek his son's foul murderers, if the journey need be to the boiling pits of hell. But, as we find out, is Khan really dead? It is several days later, in a thickly wooded forest of the border kingdom, northeast of Gunderland, that gray wolves track a bloody and bedraggled figure who has survived a host of assassins. The prince is dead. Long live the prince. Fantastic finishing page here. So we have a mystery afoot. Who sent the assassins? There is some confusion, of course, at court. Everyone believes Khan is dead, but in fact, he lives. And so we're going to see parallel stories moving forward. That of Khan, a young Conan basically on the run, and the elder Conan searching for his killer, even though Khan still lives. And this plays out over a couple of years worth of story and continuity. So Alan Zelenitz did the script, Mark Silvestri the pencils, Rick Parker lettering, George Russos coloring, and then here's our inkers. Marie Severin, Mike Gustovich, Dave Simons, Charles Vess, Joseph Rubenstein, Judith Marcos, Jack Abel, Harry Candelario, Ron Fontes, and Mark Silvestri inking his own pencils in a couple instances. So very good stuff. I'm not going to take the time to try to suss out who inked what. It all looks really good. So it's a great total package in terms of the creative output here. Oh, I love these Kristar figures when I was a kid, man. I had most of these guys. I didn't have Ogiod, but I think I had everybody else. They're really cool. Very just basic, cool action figures. So yeah, that was Conan the King number 20. A rousing re-beginning of the King Conan title as Conan the King. Moving forward a lot, the plots would get a lot more sophisticated. There was no more monster of the month type stories. Those were for the regular Conan the Barbarian title. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please like and subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll bring you more soon on Scott Reads Comics. Thanks for watching.